Welcome to the Magnify Your Miracles podcast. Get ready to be inspired, uplifted, and connected to the miraculous energy of unconditional love that I call Mother Mary. If you're a highly sensitive, highly creative entrepreneur or light worker, and you want to magnify your impact and your intuition, you are in the right place. I'm your host, Reverend Frances Faden, interfaith minister, intuitive coach, and author of Meditation is Friendship with God. I can't wait to share miraculous stories, books, meditations, messages, and interviews with other miraculous light workers just like you. Are you ready to magnify your miracles? What are we waiting for? Let's get started. Hello, my miraculous friend. This is Reverend Frances Faden. And before we get into this episode of the Magnify Your Miracles podcast, I just wanted to jump on and let you know that this is actually an encore of episode number 40. This is one of my favorite prayers. It's a protection prayer with archangel power. And there are many, many things happening right now here in the United States and all around the world that have people feeling scared, feeling vulnerable, feeling the need for protection. And this is the best prayer that I know. So you can use it anytime that you are feeling nervous or upset or unsettled or, anything. Anytime it comes up, whenever I say it, it always settles me down. And so I just wanted to bring it back out again and share it with you and hope that you really enjoy this beautiful prayer and that it helps you to really stay centered during these challenging times. All right, my friend, thank you so much. Hello, my miraculous friend, and welcome to another episode of the Magnify Your Miracles podcast. This is Reverend Frances Faden, and I am so grateful to get to spend this time with you again. We get to spend this time together talking about something that I hope really inspires you, which is one of my favorite prayers. It's a prayer of protection. And it's really going to be helpful when you learn about this beautiful protection prayer, especially during this time of the pandemic, because it's got archangel power in it. But before we get into all that, let's go ahead and take a few deep breaths together. Just get ourselves grounded and centered. Breathing in the energy of expansion, breathing out anything you no longer need. As always, if you are driving and listening, keep your beautiful eyes open, but you can still bring your awareness to your breath. And as we are focusing on our breathing, noticing that as we do that, our mind starts to calm down a little bit. We start to feel ourselves more present in this moment. And as we are so grateful for this simple thing that we can do to keep ourselves calm, opening us up to the experience we're about to have together, knowing that whatever you need to hear, it'll be exactly what you hear. Let's take one more deep breath together in gratitude, and we can begin. All right, my miraculous friend, well, welcome once again. And I am really excited to be sharing this beautiful prayer with you that I think is such a perfect thing to have in your spiritual toolbox for any time, really, but especially during stressful times, during scary times, during times when you need to comfort yourself. I have this prayer memorized, and it always comes to the forefront of my mind whenever I need that extra boost of feeling protected, feeling safe, feeling surrounded by the energy of the divine. So you may know this prayer already, because it is not my personal prayer. It's a prayer that I use, that I learned actually from the Unity Church. And this is the Unity Prayer of Protection. And I will recite it for you. And then I'm going to show you a couple of ways that you can recite it. And then I'm going to tell you about the secret hidden archangel power that is in this prayer. So this prayer goes like this. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Isn't that a beautiful prayer? I just love it. And it really brings in all those elements to help you feel that you're safe, that you're loved, that light is surrounding you, that love is enfolding you, all of the beautiful things that we're really, really wanting. And when you say it over and over again, it really starts to soothe your mind. Let's say it again. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Now, I wanted to offer this prayer to you specifically now, because as I'm recording this, a lot of people are deciding whether or not they're going to be sending their kids back to school, whether or not that they're going to be heading back to their workplace or not. There's a lot of uncertainty and a lot of questions going on right now. And I just shared an episode with Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael really wanting to strengthen your faith. And the Archangel energy is so strong right now. I'm feeling, as we're moving into the fall, I've been feeling this energy getting stronger and stronger. And so this is a beautiful prayer to remind us that what Archangel Michael said is that we need to strengthen our faith. And this is a prayer of affirmation. It's a prayer that's reminding us of something that's true, that sometimes we forget that it's true. Now, you can use it for yourself, just the way that I said. But let's say that you have your son, your daughter, your grandson, your granddaughter, whoever it might be that you're concerned about, or maybe you're concerned about your own parents or your spouse, whoever it might be. Rather than worry about them, which is just going to increase the negative energy, you can say this prayer of affirmation for them. So let's say that you're concerned about your daughter, maybe she's going away to college or whatever it might be. Then you would just say, the light of God surrounds her. The love of God enfolds her. The power of God protects her. The presence of God watches over her. Wherever she is, God is, and all is well. And that should help calm you down. So you're sending a blessing and protecting her, but you're also blessing yourself at the same time. So you can use this with anybody at any time, for family members, for loved ones, for anybody that you're concerned about. You can even use this for the whole planet, really. You can use this prayer anytime that you're feeling the need to increase your knowingness of the truth, which is that God is all there is. And so everything is in the hands of the divine. And this will send a very powerful energy. Now, let me tell you the little secret part that I discovered. They're not going to tell you this at the Unity Church. If you call them and you say, hey, Reverend Francis said there's something about this archangel energy in this prayer, they're going to be like, what are you talking about? But I work with the 4 archangels. Anybody that works with me, if you've ever done any guided meditations with me, if you work with me privately, every time we invoke the energy of Mother Mary to be with us, I always invoke the 4 archangels, Michael, Raphael, Uriel, and Gabriel. Now, there's many more archangels, and you're welcome to work with as many of them as you like. I tend to work with the 12 that I was trained to work with, but these 4 are the 4 that always show up. And I think that the angels, especially the archangels, they transcend religion. They transcend nationalities. They're universal divine energies. A lot of times I think of these 4 archangels as the 4 directions. And also it's seeing yourself surrounded by this energy, as well as God above and God below. So it's a beautiful energy. And I'll tell you how I say this prayer. So when I say it, the light of God surrounds me. That's Archangel Uriel. Archangel Uriel's name means God is light, or the light of God. Archangel Uriel, the light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. That's Archangel Raphael. Archangel Raphael's energy is the energy of healing, and love is the healing vibration. Archangel Raphael, the color green, is connected with the heart chakra vibration. So, of course, the love of God enfolds me. That's going to be Archangel Raphael. So we have the light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. Well, who is that? Of course, you know who that is. That's Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael is the energy of protection. And then we have the presence of God watches over me. And that's Archangel Gabriel, our good friend Archangel Gabriel, who's the one that came to Mother Mary to let her know the good news that God had that invitation for her. He is that abiding presence. And Gabriel's name means the strength of God. So the presence of God watching over you is really that energy of the strength of God. It's like this beautiful energy that's always looking out for you. So let's say it again. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. All four archangels, wherever I am, no matter where I am, God is. So, of course, all is well. All is well. So when I say this beautiful prayer, I pause after each one and mentally say the name of the archangels. So let's do that right now. I'll whisper it for you. The light of God surrounds me, Uriel. The love of God enfolds me, Raphael. The power of God protects me, Michael. The presence of God watches over me, Gabriel. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. So my friends, that is a beautiful prayer that you can use. I hope that you use it every day if you can. It's such a beautiful reminder. And just even now, in this time we've had together, I feel my own heart settling down. I feel my body relaxing. I feel that presence watching over me. And I know that all is well. So that is my wish for you, especially during these challenging times of the pandemic. But you can be reciting this prayer always, in happy times, in challenging times. Let this be a go-to prayer for you that you have in your toolbox. I will put this prayer in the show notes for you so that if you want to know if maybe you missed a word, it'll be right there in the show notes for you. And I would love to hear about your experience with this prayer. Maybe you pray this prayer already, and I would love to hear your experience of including the beautiful archangel energy in here. All right, my friends. So as always, remember that the key to magnifying your miracles is to remember that your miracle is already here. God bless you, my friends. Bye-bye. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to the Magnify Your Miracles podcast. I'm so grateful to be able to spend this time with you. If you want even more inspiration, feel free to visit my website, francisfaden.com or magnifyyourmiracles.com. And if you did enjoy this episode, I would really appreciate it if you left a review on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever it is that you connect with awesome podcasts. Remember, the key to magnifying your miracles is remembering that your miracle is already here.